It's all about gratitude today. Look at that. That's all about your gratitude journal. So listen, I already have a video on here about the other gratitude journals, the 5 gratitude journals that I recommend. I'm going to put a little card up right there so you can click that if you would like to go visit that video as well. It talks about the 5 journals that I recommend. That's right, I said 5 separate journals, and there's a reason behind that. The reason that we recommend, me and my other personalities recommend 5 journals is because think about all the chaos that you have going up in your head, and then you're trying really hard to process it all up here. That's never going to serve your best and highest good. And instead of dumping it into one space, it's not giving you time to kind of unpeel that onion. Remember, it's like an onion. Everything in your brain is like an onion. They're different layers, okay? So this is, I always like a beautiful, do you see how I'm really in love with my journals. And I love the Sanskrit journals. They're just for me, but you can find whatever journal you want. But make it nice, pretty, whatever brings you joy. And this is your job to do this 365 days a year, every single day. I don't care what you think that you're busy with. If you don't have 10 minutes a day to gratitude, you need 7 hours to sit in gratitude. Seriously, right? So it's always making time for gratitude. Now, let me break this down for you as far as what your gratitudes look like, right? Because everybody's like, well, can I get a prompt? No, you shouldn't need a prompt for what you're grateful for. No, you can't. Because here's the deal. Most people are going to think of the things like, my health, always great to have that down here, right? And, it's great to, you can write the same thing a couple times, throughout the week or whatever, but it shouldn't be a job. This is not a chore. If you are going into this 10-minute gratitude every single day as a chore, don't do it. Don't do it. Because it shouldn't be a chore. This is a time, it does a few things by giving yourself the 10 minutes every day. It gives you time to sit with yourself, gives you time to reflect on the things that are positive and that you're grateful for in your life. And it gives you an opportunity to really just slow down and focus on the things that make you joyful and happy. And it can't always be about other people. People are not put on this planet to make you happy. It can literally be like me finding the match to my slipper, right? Or, sounds silly, but so true, my fuzzy socks. I'm really grateful. Oh, and I'm grateful that I matched today. That's nice. Look at me. Now, I'm not usually that calculated out. But yes, so it's grateful for things like that. And if you think that things are too minor, that's a problem, right? You know all of the things in life that you should be grateful for, and I should be thankful for this, all relevant, very, very relevant. But it's other things. Like if I look outside right now, and it's actually pretty unseasonably chilly today for us here, and it's windy. I mean, it's just traditional weather here in the spring. And I can look and be like, wow, I really love watching the trees blow. Like, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I can watch that. I'm grateful that I had my coffee with my yummy creamer that I like so much in it. I'm grateful for that. And when you're sitting with it, just sit with it. It doesn't have to be, stop thinking about it. Stop. This isn't homework. This is something that's going to level set your entire day. I like to get a pretty pen. I like to have a pretty journal. This is my special journal. And with the gratitude journals, you always keep them. I like to fill several of these, and I have several of these throughout the house. And that's because on the days that things just kind of seem like, oh my gosh, really? Like this is the kind of day we're having? You pull out your gratitude journals. They're always a good resource for you because it's not like you're just scrolling on TikTok or going through YouTube or looking at affirmations. All great, fabulous things if you're pulling inspiration, but this is your own things that you're grateful for and that you're appreciative of. So, always going to tell you this, and it's always pen to pad. Please don't try to type this. Please don't try to put this in your phone. Please do not do it in your head. It is pen to pad, and you will go through several of them. Get whatever kind of journal kind of tickles your fancy, and give yourself 10 minutes in the morning. I don't care if you have to get up early in the morning. I don't care what you got going on. If you, for some odd reason, have to be at work at 3 o'clock in the morning that day, do it at lunchtime. Okay, I prefer, and I think it's always a great way to start your day if you can do it first thing in the morning. Seriously, before you do anything else. That means get up 10 minutes earlier, stop scrolling 10 minutes earlier. All of those things are going to be extremely important and imperative for you. And you set your timer on your phone or somewhere for 10 minutes. You set it aside. At minimum, do it for 10 minutes. Every single day. That's right, every single day. And when you do that, it starts your day in general with gratitude. And the reason that you don't put anything else in the gratitude journal is because this is a space that's going to create a foundation of balance for you every single morning. So even if everything else around you is out of your control and it's like falling off the rails, so to speak, you do have that 10 minutes. And if you think that you have nothing to be grateful for, regardless of what is going on with you, that's where you need to check yourself. Like seriously. Okay? Because without gratitude, there will be a level of expectations that you're going to put on relationships. You will literally start thinking that if you're kind to someone, immediately they have to do that in return. And if you're not grateful, it's going to be hard for you because it can go into codependency. It can go into expectations. When you sit in gratitude, it's another way to stay present and at peace. And I promise you we'll do so much on the whole meditation part of that. And I'm actually, like I said, I have my regular podcast, and I'm also going to do the Patreon podcast. And we're going to go into, in the upcoming weeks, part of that Patreon, we're going to talk about really in-depth things about gratitude and manifestations and why those things are so important and how to stay in the present space, stuff like that. So, but yes, so today I just wanted to hop on to remind you, your gratitude journal, 365 days a year, 10 minutes every single day. There is countless things in this world to be grateful for. And there's countless things that don't cost a dime, it's not about anything. It's just because it exists. So I want you to start working on that. Drop some comments down in the comments below, down here on my YouTube, and talk to me about some of the small things that you're grateful for, because small things are big things. Okay. And until you are consistent, your consistent practices will give you consistent results. If you are inconsistent, it will bring inconsistency. You've got to do this every day. It's in the beginning, it might seem like a chore, but it's going to be something that you're going to look gratefully towards, and it's going to be non-negotiable. You're not going to let anybody get between you and your gratitude journal.